Raptor in the garage now. Very salty, winter-worn Raptor. It's time to change the oil. We've got about 5,000 miles on it. This is the last oil change. And we gotta change it. So here's the process. We're gonna do a little bit, well, first of all, we're gonna do a little bit of talking about the 2-year ownership. So it'll be 2 years in May, so it's a little early. This being February. So a couple months early, but 2 years of ownership on this thing. And change the oil. So this is, remove this panel here to get to the oil filter, which is kind of tucked up away, and we'll look at that. And then you have to remove this panel right here. You can see it up there, this one here, to get to the drain plug, which is sitting about right here. So I'll get those removed with these couple bolts and these couple Torx, and then we'll go from there. My gloves on. Okay, that's one panel. This one here, no oil filter is up in there. So let's get to the next panel. Assuming it's gonna be probably the one I don't have in there right now. Yep, looks like it. This ain't this one. So it's up by 10 millimeter, which is attached to a ratchet. I might put some anti-seize on these to stop this from happening. Put a little anti-seize on all these threads right here. Sorry, all these threads right here. Yep. This is the tricky one. Hopefully, it won't splash everywhere. There's a tendency to squirt out sideways. 15 millimeter. We use this long extension because this one has a tendency to squirt out everywhere. Let's see if we can get to see the oil filter from here. Okay. The oil filter is right there. You see the black end just below the pulley right there? So that would be right, if I can get up in there, right up there. There's the filter right there. Now you can see it. So you got to basically be able to get that from down here. And then you have a funnel here, one right there, and there's another one that goes back in here somewhere. It depends on which way it spills. So you kind of got to be careful and then wipe off that tray. So I got to get up there with a filter wrench up in there and see what, and get that thing loose. But I'm going to wait till the oil stops draining. You can see it right here. Kind of goes a little bit everywhere. Yep, so you can see it's actually spilling off that one right now. I'm going to move this over a little bit. So in regards to 2 years of ownership, I only have, I think, a couple complaints at best. One of them is, for some reason, the remote tailgate release has dropped while I was driving twice. The first time, I wasn't towing anything, so it wasn't a big deal. The second time it happened, this is all in the past like 3 months. I had my trailer, my utility trailer hooked up. It landed on the receiver of my utility trailer and broke the handle. The release handle for the bed itself, the lift gate, sorry, the tailgate. Took it to the dealer, showed him what happened. They said there's no warranty recall or anything on that. They don't know how that could possibly happen, so basically I've gotten zero response in regards to a warranty claim on that problem. So I went and, on my own initiative, and I paid $360 for a new handle, which also came with new switches, new backup camera, quite a few things, you know, the whole entire assembly itself, which isn't too bad. So I installed that because it's been 2 months and I got sick of driving around with a bust handle with a section of it missing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep an eye on it, and maybe it's a situation where when I'm hooking up the trailer, or I'm remote starting or something, that I'm hitting a button or something's happening. I'm not really sure, because basically in order to release the tailgate you gotta hit that button twice, but in order to remote start it you have to hit the remote start button twice. I don't know if there's an electronic problem, which is when I remote start it's causing that to happen, or if I'm driving down the road it's releasing. I'm not sure. I don't know at this time. So I'm just going to deal with it. Second issue is for some reason when it gets really cold, the driver's side door sounds like it's leaking, so you get a whistling sound. I'd say when it's around 10, between 0 and 10 degrees in the teens, up to maybe 20. you get that sound while you're driving, and you get like a whistling sound coming from the driver's side door. It sounds like it's happening right at the B pillar. The reason I'm saying that is I've grabbed the door and pulled it a little bit and it went away. So it's kind of weird. I don't know if it's shrinking or warping or what happens when it gets cold. Another one is when it bounces between just below freezing and it gets wet. All of your door, auto entry door handle mechanisms that release or undo the locks stop working. At that point, you have to use your key fob to unlock the door, or the entry pad on the side of the B pillar on the outside. I don't understand it. It's weird. The hand sensor, whatever that stuff stops working. It's weird. So those are the couple issues I've had. I know there's still 2 open recalls on this thing right now. I haven't taken them in because honestly I haven't really had that problem. There was one for the freezing door handle that the door freezes and you can't get in. I haven't had that problem. The other one is the wire issue on the B pillar carpet area, potentially causing a fire problem. I was going to take it in under the tailgate situation and have all the recalls taken care of, but they are not saying anything about it, and I'm not getting the handle done, and why waste my time? Going to the dealerships to me is always a waste of time. Their scheduling sucks. It basically becomes an all-day affair, and honestly, if I don't have to go, I won't go. And I can't say it's any better amongst any manufacturer. I mean, I have 2 Chevys, a Ford, and a BMW sitting here, and a Harley sitting here, and all of them do the same thing. And honestly, at this point, I think Chevy's probably the worst. And that's probably dealer dependent, but the dealers I've dealt with that are around me are the same way. Same with the Ford dealers. There's some really bad Ford dealers and some really decent ones. But I haven't had one that's actually taken the initiative to say, schedule an appointment and actually be ready to work on it when you show up. That has never happened. So, anyway, it looks like it's done draining, so I'm gonna clean the drain. Excuse me, I'm trying to clean the drain plug off. I'm gonna wipe off the skid plate right there where it's dripping, and then move the drain basin over here over to the filter, and then get the oil filter changed. There's the drain plug. This one actually has so this is the metal one, and this one actually has the O-ring gasket on the outside is reusable. So this one's a little tough to get up in here. I know you're supposed to torque them. I never do. I just snug them. I've never had an issue with this method, but I'm consistent. In other words, I'm doing the same every single time. So I'm assuming I'm probably somewhere around, based on the torque wrench I just did on my BMW oil change, somewhere around 25 foot-pounds. and I'm getting out of this ratchet like this, because I kind of tested it. So to speak, I calibrated my feel. Obviously, this one is an extension, so it's a little bit different. I'm gonna just double check it here real quick. Yep. So that's good. I use this style for the filter. It's a band style. Basically, turn it this way and it grabs, tighten. The same thing to loosen. So you pull it this way to loosen it. So I stick this up in there and I can reach around it. So I'll put it on this way to pull, to crack it loose. To make sure I get this somewhere in the vicinity so I can catch the oil when it drains or starts to leak anyway. So this is kind of a blind feel. I just reach up in here so I can feel it on there. So I'm on there. So this has been on here about a year. So it is tough to take off. And this is the last Fran filter. I'm going to go through Amsoil, start using wicks. This one's got Fran extra guard on it right now. I've been having the worst luck with Fran lately. So this is going to drain somewhere, and I don't know which way it's going to go. Oh, it went in the back this time. So I don't feel any in the front, so it's not coming that way. There it is. I did one drop on the ground. That's the first time that I haven't actually spilled oil all over the ground, changing it out on one of these Ford trucks when I was doing it without a lift. Got one drop on the ground. That was from the filter. Alright, new filter. I think this is the new one. I'll put a little bit of the oil on the gasket. So that's the filter I just installed. The 5752 XP, fully synthetic oils. I use the old one to put the old filter in. Okay, oil filter is installed. I'm going to put the wrench on there and give it a little bit of snug. So, just to make sure. I'm not going to turn very tight, just to make sure. I did it by hand already. If I get to bite it, this is the hardest part. It doesn't want to bite on the filter. It doesn't want to have like a grippy texture to it. That's it. I got a little turn out of it. That's it. So I'm gonna put some anti-seize on the bolts for the skid plates. Put the skid plates back on. This or cover back on here and one back there. We'll lower it down and we'll fill it up with oil. Okay, it's time for the oil fill. And this has the smallest oil fill cap I've ever seen. I mean, this thing is only that big. It's teeny. So you definitely need a reservoir. Or I'm sorry, a funnel to fill it. Now it recommends 530. I am using Amsoil's 040. That seems to be the best, in my opinion, obviously, best all-around oil for the multi-weather and temperatures we deal with here in Michigan, between summer and winter, and it works fantastic. I cannot believe the cold starts on this thing. It's fantastic. And also during the summer, the nice and hot weather, the engine runs cool. So I don't remember exactly how many. I think I'm going to dump 5 in here and then check it. 5 quarts, that is. So I just want to grab 3 quarts of oil. So this will make it 4 once I dump all 3 of these in. The dipstick is also on this same side, which is the driver's side. And it's way down in there. I'm up on a step ladder right now. This vehicle is pretty tall. Since I did, you get the gist. I'm gonna finish filling this up and then check the oil, and that's it. Oil change done. That's 2 years, 15,000 miles. Battery's about to die. So oil change, 2-year ownership, Raptor, 2018. Thanks for watching. Thanks for your support too.